As you're talking to a student, like as I'm talking to you now, we're building the board with movable tiles like this.
Okay.
So the problem we just had was I want that you taught me. These you can change the colour according to a colour coding system, so verbs are green like that, and pronouns are this kind of aquamarine colour like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can pull images up onto the screen from Google like so, and stick words to the pictures like that. Okay, and students are used to this format and seeing it appear before them. And so it's quite easy for correcting the mistakes, like the mistakes that I just gave you.
We've just done, yes.
And for, when you're lost for an image for a word, you can visually search for it.
Sorry, I've lost you.
Oh, my voice went quiet, did it? Can you hear me now?
Just, yeah.
I've come back, have I? Okay, I've come back. Any ideas popping into your head how you might use this kind of system?
Oh, let's have a see. The colour coordination is good to show students what verbs, nouns, adjectives, etc. are. I could also ask them to shuffle things around to try and get it in the correct sentence. When they're having difficulty, I can step in there and do that for them.
Okay.
Good advantage.
Yeah, bear in mind they can't shuffle them around themselves, because if you're the teacher teaching this, you're in control of the screen.
Okay, so they don't have the access to
Right. Just as how I'm showing you this now, it's like the teacher standing up in front of the class and putting everything on the whiteboard, right?
See, okay. Yeah. So I would also like to use it as a vocabulary builder. And even using the pictures to say change where my name is. I might want to put one of the pictures in there. They might seem like slightly ridiculous sentences, but it would be correct English that a student could get an idea of how they can use it.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And those, slightly ridiculous sentences that you talked about, you can use this to make it more meaningful and contextual for the student as well. So this means that when you're talking to them, you have a short time to build a relationship with them. It sounds like you have the natural, capacity to do that.
I'm sorry, you've gone off again.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of these, because they're about really personalising it and contextualising the lessons for the student, it means you have to get to know them and who they are and what they want to talk about quite quickly in a lesson. So this is how we present the language. How do you usually learn new vocabulary or memorise it?
Oh, to be honest, learning new vocabulary is quite difficult, but to actually have it in a sentence and something like a vocabulary builder, so that I could have several words that I could use in that. Give you an example. The fox jumps over the bridge. Okay.
Yeah.
The fox and bridge, I could have several different words that I could use in place of fox and bridge, so that it gives me extra vocabulary. If I have something that's actually usable, then I remember it better. Just going over it and over it and over it again doesn't really help it stick in my head. And also being able to learn the vocabulary in different sentences.
Right, okay.
Sometimes the words actually change, word endings, if you have... Hello?
Hello, yeah, I'm still here, just putting myself back on there.
Oh, yeah. Word endings and things often change in several languages, and it's helpful to learn vocabulary in sentences that you would actually use.
Okay. Okay, great. So these are the kind of things that you would be asked to help the students with, making lots of sentences, using the same vocabulary over and over again, because you have 60 minutes to really achieve something in these lessons. Yeah. And another aspect of this blackboard, by the way, or whiteboard, is putting the words into this pig in the corner, like a piggy bank.
Okay, yes.
So that they have them all stored, and they have their own kind of a personal dictionary. So, for example, this is what I was teaching today with a student in the morning. As you said just now, lots of examples of a sentence repeated again and again with different drinks, different cities. We did a bit of comparison for drink and drinks. Like that, and any new words like this one. God, went into the word bank, and then after the lesson they would be asked to, during the closing stages of the lesson, they'd be asked to think of many different examples with the word God.
Okay.
I don't know if you approve of the picture, but it was the first one Google.
It doesn't matter, a student has to learn, don't they?
Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's basically what our...
Do you use a reasonably set curriculum that you tailor to the students, or would it solely be me that would plan the lessons?
It's a curriculum tailored to the student.
Okay.
So usually when you're teaching a Russian student, you're not the only person who's teaching them. It'd be in liaison with one of us, like myself or another teacher, and you communicate with the teacher via the system as well. So you can suggest to each other things to teach the student.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Well, you seem like you adapt quickly to this stuff and to the technology. You have a good internet connection, as I can see from today. You're quite tech friendly. So you're posting for jobs on the website. So
I am.
Yeah. Have you found other online work?
I've had several interviews, and mainly they've told me that my availability isn't as good as they need it to be whilst I'm doing this 6-month course, and a couple have said they would take me on after.